Hi, welcome to SCM Solution Tutorial Series ClearQuest Administration Part 2. In this series, we will show you how to create production and test database within ClearQuest. We will show you how to create a user database. There are two types of the user database in ClearQuest. Production database is the one which you use in your day-to-day environment in your production. And the test database, the database you have to create in order to examine your changes which you implement to your schema before you actually incorporate those changes with your production database. So let's get into it. Once again, for the convenience, we have put the shortcuts of the ClearQuest designers on our desktop. Let's start by opening the ClearQuest designer. If you look at our other tutorial series on user administration, we show you how you could change the admins or any user's passwords or how to maintain the users. Let's say OK here. You're going to hit cancel. This by default, this open schema shows up anytime you open the ClearQuest designer. You could uncheck show this wizard at the startup and you will never see that again. So anyway. In order to create a user database, what we need to do is go to the database, new database, and here we're going to give a logical user-based database to this database. We're going to call that a production, let's say prod, and you're limited to 5 characters, so leave it something meaningful. And the comment for it. This will be our production database. Hit next. Again, since this is our sandbox, we will try the MS Access. All we need to do at this point is give the name to this database, and that would be our user database. Here is how we select if the database is the production database or is a test database. So if it's a test database, you will click this icon and that will be your test database. But right now we're creating a production database. Let's move on with that. At some point we will examine what the correct timeout is and what the pull interval should be. As it is, the default is 99% fits most of the situations. We're going to move on with that. The schema I would like to choose for this, it would be the enterprise application, which later on we could show how you could integrate ClearCase, ClearQuest, and RecPro together. And enterprise has most of these attachments already embedded. And finally, our database has been created. So we could just hit OK, and we successfully created our user database. Now for the test database, we follow the same procedure. We go to database, new database. We give that a name, maybe test. That would be the test database for production. Hit next. The logical database test is being used. So it's prompt me to use it. I will just go on and create it. We use the MS Access again, and we need to give a physical database name for it. So we're going to call this one a test schema first. And we got to make sure we choose the test database. Again, the same timeout and pull interval. We got to make sure we choose the right schema. Most of the time, some of my students just go ahead and click next, next, next. And before they know it, they have the test database, which is all attached to the blank schema. And you have to go through the whole entire pane of deselecting and deleting the schemas and the test database associated with it. So make sure you choose the right schema for your test database. Okay, we did all this work in order to look at the database. So here we go. We're going to start the ClearQuest Windows client. And we do have our production database. We said, okay, we're gonna open up the production database. We're gonna go ahead and create a new record is for testing. And obviously I need to submit the other mandatory field, which is the severity. And here we go, average, okay. And if I go to query recently submitted defect, I should see my production and the defect ID number next to it. And that's how we create a user database. Now, if you want to look at our test database, what we could do is we have to open a ClearQuest designer with admin. And what we will do, we have to open up the enterprise schema. Again, this is one way of opening it. You always need to give a comment. It's not mandatory, but it's a great practice. So you know why you opened up the per schema. And if I wanted to, at this point, I have to go to database, set test database, and here is the list of the test databases, and we have to say who we want to log in as when we use this test database. So once we're ready to look at the test database, we could basically do the test work here, and ClearQuest Designer will launch the Windows client of the test database. And here it is. This is the test database which we have, and we could submit a new defect to it, and we're going to say for demo. So this time we remember to submit this mandatory field, and we say okay. We go back to our query, recently submitted defect, and here it is. This is our test database. So everything's great. We created two databases, the user database and test database. And in the next video, we will show you how you could modify the schema and how to work with the test and user database in order to implement them as needed. For additional available list of SCM Solutions videos, please go to our website at http://scmsolution.com. By clicking on the videos, you'll be redirected to the list of archive video. If you do have a specific question or request, please contact us by clicking on the contact button and fill up the appropriate fields and request. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.